talk about it. Man, they first time scrimmaging out there, man, we gonna talk about it. We're gonna talk about who's on first team on the defense, who's the first team wide receivers. We already know who the quarterback is, and we gonna talk about some things, family. So let's get to it, man. I thank everybody that's in the show right now. We finna get it going. What up, Our Love? What up, Miss Patricia? We are here in the building. I got my notes ready. Man, let's talk about it. First thing we gonna get into who's on that first team defense. So first team defense, number 49, Tajay Austin. First team defense, starting DN, Tajay Austin. First inside D tackle, Amarion McNeil. The other D tackle, we already know who that is. That's Shane Coates. Hey, Miss Patricia. What up, Jonathan? And our other the other DN was JD, Jordan Dominic. All right. So bam, we got our 4 starting defensive linemen. We got our 4 defensive linemen. Hey, Miss Ernestine. Hey, Miss Erilla. Starting defensive line. All right, McNeil. Tajay Austin, JD, and Shane Coates. That was our starting 4. Our starting 2 linebackers. Marvin Ham, and DK. That's our starting linebackers. Starting corners. We already know Mr. Travis Hunter. And we got Cooper, the Florida State transfer, is the other corner. Our safeties. Here we go. This is where things get interesting. Our starting safeties as of right now, Trevor Woods, Shiloh, Miles Slusher. Those are the 3 starting safeties right now. So as I said, we was going to run 3 safeties and 2 corners. Well, now we know who the starting 5 is as of right now, as of today. All right? Only right now we going to know. So things can change. All right? First thing what we see, Shiloh, first play out the gate, come and knock somebody's head off, first play. He said, hey, if y'all run that bubble screen, guess what's going to happen? If y'all run that bubble screen, I'm coming to lay the wood on you. First play out the gate, Shiloh bringing it. Boom. Bringing it. That's what I'm talking about. Shiloh, we in here, baby. We in here, baby. Let's go. Charlie Offerdahl. We ain't even got to the offense, baby. Hey, we are 3 Saturdays away. 3 Saturdays away from Buff Nation. It's going live. We 3 Saturdays away. What up, JB? We 3 Saturdays away. And we got some action. Expect a lot of videos to drop of content from the scrimmage and practice that you didn't see. Expect a lot of videos to come out. But what we learned today, who's on that first team defense, who's earned it, who's been getting busy all week, right? All week. We get to the offensive side. Who do we not see on the offense? We don't see Otto, we don't see Wilkerson, and we don't see Smoke. There is a reason why you don't see those 3. There is a reason why you don't see those 3. You don't see those 3 because more than likely, those who's going to start and they don't want to show you what formations, what are they going to do with those backs. So be prepared because I'm telling you right now, you ain't seeing Otto, you're not seeing Smoke, you're not seeing Wilkerson. Best believe they was at scrimmage today. They participated, but you ain't going to see some action. All right? So, bam. We already know about the wide receivers. You know, you got Jimmy Horn, you got Travis, you got Javon Antonio, and you got Weaver. We already know the starting wide receiver. We don't even need to go in there. The offensive line was up and down roller coaster today. Hey, Miss Jennifer, it was a roller coaster, right? They gave us some sacks, but they also protected. So listen, all we gotta do is protect Shedeur Sanders. That's it. Just protect him. And as long as we protect Shedeur Sanders, everything else is gonna take care of itself. Everything else is gonna take care of itself. You seen what Charlie was doing? Charlie, like, hey, listen, I ain't trying to be last on the depth chart. I don't care if I'm got a scholarship. I am not being last on the depth chart. You see what Charlie doing? Charlie, every time he get the ball, he running hard. Boom. You see what he delivered to Shiloh? Oh, Shiloh, you want to drop your head? Boom. Let's go, baby. Let's go. Run him over. Run him over. Hey, Charlie catching that ball out the backfield, making them tough yards. I'm gonna tell you right now. You see Dylan Edwards coming out that backfield catching that ball. You give him some spaces to the house. You give him some space. It is to the house, baby. What up, Dre? Oh man, if you haven't seen the well-off video, I definitely suggest you to watch it because man, it has some action in there. You're gonna learn some things that you didn't learn about the team. But listen, the offensive line did give us some sacks, but they did do a great job of protecting. So it's off and on. Listen, we just gotta get the ball out. I will say there was missing and matching on the offensive line, so those happen, right? It's a scrimmage. You're supposed to give up something. But Charlie offered out the way he running that ball, he come for that scholarship. He is coming for that scholarship. He is coming to get that ball, man. I keep telling y'all, man, don't sleep on Charlie Offerdahl. Who's another person I keep telling y'all don't sleep on? Caleb Mathis. Caleb Mathis getting that ball, getting elusive, catching that thing, getting up out of there. Another player to be watching out. The one person on defense that really is coming out there and trying to get some reps, freshman Carter Stoudemire. He's on second team right now. Carter Stoudemire is on second team. And he is coming. He is coming for his reps. I'm telling you right now, man. He out there guarding Travis. He got cooked. Guess what? Come back, forget it. Make a play the next play. Bat the ball down. Come back and make another play. Bat the ball down. Carter Stoudemire's out there. Number 23 with no gloves on. You ain't going to miss him. You going to see him in them highlight clips. When he's covering, the only person that got to catch up on him was Travis. All right? Carter Stoudemire. Don't sleep on him. He's fighting for that number 2. Cooper, he's still rocky, but we got my starting cornerbacks, as I said from the beginning, was gonna be Cooper and Travis. Those are always gonna be my starters. Cormani, he's on second team right now. He's still working his way up the depth chart. He's on second team. He got caught looking in the backfield. Javon Antonio, touchdown. Got caught sleeping. All right. So listen, Cormani, just like I said, man, from day one, Cormani got to get focused, and it's gonna come down to technique. The things you were able to get away in high school, you cannot get away with in college. It's just not gonna happen. But one thing I would say, man, our freshman class, we have a legit freshman class, and those boys are going to play. I don't see a lot of the freshmen redshirting. I'm being honest. I don't see a lot of the freshmen redshirting. Like, you seen what Amarion Miller did, right? You seen what the wide receivers did. They coming to play. They ain't coming to take no L's. They are coming to play. Oh my gosh. But you see Coastal getting off. Number 14, making plays. Marion Miller, number 18, making plays. I'm telling you right now, all we have to do is protect Shedeur Sanders, and everything else will take care of itself. Just protect him. Hopkins, yes, Hopkins. Nice. Hey, listen. Them boys, Adam Hopkins, that boy came to play today. I'm telling you right now, that boy came to play today. He like, hey, man, I don't care I got Travis on me. I'm still going to make a play. I don't care. I'm still going to make a play. We got a deep freshman class, man. It's crazy. Our freshman class is amazing, right? A lot of people sleep on like, man, who y'all bringing in? All they knew about is Cormani. What up, Coach Hayes, baby? Hey, man, welcome to the show, man. Welcome to the show. Cormani just needs to condition and listen. But this is what I said about Cormani. Why y'all need to lower your expectations, man. This is why I told y'all. He's a freshman. There's a lot to learn, man. And a lot of y'all don't understand, like, how much it takes to play at that level. Like, there's a lot. Like, coming in late, to coming in late at the end of the summer, man, all those reps that you could have been getting adjusted to the altitude, getting stronger, getting your mentals right, studying the playbook, all those things matter. You see, All they did was they hit a go route to Javon Antonio. What's Cormani doing? Sleeping in the backfield, eyes locked in the backfield, six to the, you know what I'm saying? So technique, formations, understanding the playbook, all those things matter, man. We got Coach Hayes in the building, baby. Hey, man, y'all show Coach Love some love, man. What else, man? Travis playing both ways, man. Y'all see him. First team offense, first team defense, right? First team offense, first team defense. You see what this man is doing. You see they can't guard him on offense, man. Every time you see it's, give me this. Let me catch that from the. Let me catch that, man. We wasting no times, man. We are 3 Saturdays away. 3 Saturdays away from game time, man. What I would say right now, the biggest improvement right now, coming out of scrimmage, defensive line has to play more consistent, right? They make plays, but they gotta be more consistent. Offensive line, we gotta shore up, right? We gotta shore up that middle offensive line so we're not getting pressure in front of Shedeur. If the pressure comes from outside, Shedeur can step up and throw darts. But if you got that pressure coming up the middle, it's hard. It's hard, man. It's hard to make plays. You've seen a lot of Dylan Edwards out there making plays. You get, dang, Miss Jennifer. I feel you. But as you can see, man, if you get Jimmy Horn, you get Weaver, just a quick slant, quick little 5, get it to him. They can make one corner miss, and it's to the house. All right, it's to the house. One thing I don't want to see from Jimmy Horn is going east to west, north to south, baby. Catch that thing, make the defender north and south, baby. North and south. We don't need to go east and west. North and south, crib that thing to the house. You seen what Dylan Edwards did. He caught that thing, made a move, got up out of there. You ain't catching him. That 4-2 speed is different. It is different. And we got a lot of 4-2, 4-3 wide receivers that can make those same plays, man. But we're going to go over it. For those that just came in, the first team defense. Here's the first team defense, all right? Defensive line, all right? Tosh Austin, number 49. McNeil, number 88, starting defensive tackle. 99, Shane Coates. 44, JD, Jordan Dominique, all right? That's the starting defensive line. Linebackers, which is so interesting, right? We got DK. You know that's my sleeper pick. So I know, I told y'all he gonna start. I told you what he coming with. He coming out there to make plays, get to that ball, headhunt, right? But the person that's earned a lot of reps, Marvin Ham, right? Because everybody thought, like, hey, man, it's going to be Bentley. It's going to be Bentley. It's going to be Bentley. And I try to tell y'all, man, it wasn't going to be Bentley. Don't get mad at me. I trust the process. I love Bentley. But, man, it's got to make sense, man. We want speed out there, linebackers that can make plays and play in space. They can guard and do multiple things. That's not Bentley. Bentley's a run stopper. We play against passing teams, we're going to need the Marvin Hams. We're going to need DK. We're going to need B. Gant. Now, here's the thing. B. Gant did not play in the scrimmage because B. Gant is still going through medical stuff. So once B. Gant gets out there, we're going to really see a real difference, right? We're going to really see a real difference. All right, because I had DK and DeMar Kennedy, and I got B. Gant starting. Those are my 2 starting linebackers. But I can see Ham starting because Ham was there in the spring. He's one of the players that's there from last year, and he's really put the time in, the extra time in, the extra work. So those are our starting linebackers. As of right now, our starting linebackers. Starting corners. We already know Mr. Travis Hunter, number 1. We know that for a fact. What up, Ryan? All right. The other corner, Cooper. We already knew, coming from Florida State, he was going to be that. He was going to be there. All right. Starting safeties. This where I said things were going to get interesting. I said this. If you guys ever watch my depth chart about this with me and Coach Hayes, I said this where things are going to get interesting. All right. Trevor Woods is on the first team. Now, you know, I ain't a big Trevor Woods fan, but he's starting as of right now. All right. Miles Slusher is the other starting safety. And we all know who the last starting safety is. Mr. Shiloh, Headache Game CEO, Sanders, baby. Man. So, trying to tell y'all, man, be on the lookout, man. As everything that I'm telling y'all about those depth charts and what I predicted a month or two ago, Cooper's going to start. I'm telling you right now, Cooper's going to start. You can argue it's right. I get it. Y'all want Cromartie to start, but there's a learning curve that comes with it. Cooper is going to start, right? Jarquez is going to play a lot. I don't know why Jarquez wasn't out there, which is kind of crazy because I was expecting him to be out there with the starting instead of Slusher, but it is what it is, right? It's frantic, like Rob is trying to explain on Coach Hayes' show, but people were in their feelings. Hey, listen, I'll love, man, listen. I'm telling y'all right now, man, like, y'all don't got to listen to me. When the tape, hey, when we play and it happens, don't say I didn't tell you so. That's all I'm saying. I told y'all how this is laying out. I'm here in Colorado. I'm seeing it. But y'all don't got to listen to me. Guess what? I'm telling you, when things happen and it shows and it's on film, what you gonna say? You know what I'm saying? What are you gonna say? Because everybody, and I asked this question, I said, all right, so what happens if this person don't start? Right? We ducked the question. It's like, oh, he gonna start. But you're not putting in the factors of how college football is, the growing pains, the learning, right? The studying the playbook. Are you studying your film? Are you studying the tendencies of wide receivers? Like certain things you shouldn't get beat off of if you study your tape over and over and over and over again. Yes, Ben did run with the ones today. They did mix in players that mixed in with the ones. But Ben was not he's not first team, he's second team. But he did run with the ones today. There's a couple people that ran with the ones. Walker, the defensive end, ran with the ones. You know, D-Mac ran with the ones. So we had players, but I'm just giving you the initial, like, who was just starting from the get-go. And then they start to rotate in and run some people with the ones. Everyone can't start. I'm not saying everyone can start. I'm just giving you, hey, man, when I gave y'all this depth chart a month ago, everybody got mad at me. Everybody looked at me like I was crazy. I ain't know what I was talking about. You don't know football. This and this and this and that. And I told y'all, it is a learning curve. But now y'all starting to see me. Y'all watch these videos, what I'm talking about. Y'all starting to see it. I ain't got to say nothing. That's why I don't even argue with people about the point no more. Because, well, I ain't never argue with you from the get-go. But y'all starting to see what I'm saying because football is different. It is super different. All right? I want Cromartie to play. I love Cromartie to play. We need Cromartie. But there's a learning curve. If you're not studying the playbook, if you're not doing what you need to do, those things happen. It's a freshman, baby. He's a freshman. But he's going to get better. Listen, Cromartie has nothing but to get better because he's going against elite receivers. That's what y'all understand. He's going against elite receivers. He's going to play. All right? Be kindness. So my question is, what is up with Vito and Rod Ward? So here's what I'll tell y'all about like Rod Ward. It's certain players that they're not showing on film on purpose, right? Rod Ward is one of my projected starters with Shiloh, but there's a reason why they're not going to show you certain people. Roger Ward making plays. He's making plays in the secondary. I'll tell you that. He's making plays in the secondary. It's just they're not going to show you everybody on purpose, right? Because if you look at like if y'all watch the film from today, they didn't show y'all 3 running backs, right? They didn't show you Otto, they didn't show you Wilkerson, and they didn't show you Smoke. There's a reason why, right? There's a reason why Ward, Vito, he's just like, he's in the same boat as Cromartie. They got there so late, and he playing catch up. So he's out there practicing. He's out there doing scrimmages, but you're not going to see him a lot because they're playing catch up. They don't want them to look super bad on film. Like, they don't want to show you, like, super things. And it's also the defense made a lot of great plays that you didn't get to see also too. So keep that in mind that there are plays that's being made that's great plays by the defense that you don't see. They're not gonna make everything look bad. They're not gonna make you see everything or let you see everything because then this, the opponent's gaining something out of it. So we gotta pay attention to that. After seeing Cormani get cooked for lack of attention and attitude in his plays, he should not be starting over anyone. Chris, man, I I already talked about that. It is what it is for me. I'm down like 4 flats and 4 new tires. I can roll no matter what. Listen, we coming. We coming. Listen, y'all got a glimpse to see what it really is, man. Y'all got a glimpse, but some of the things that I've been talking to y'all about on live and previous shows, y'all starting to see those things come into effect. And it's not me like I'm just going out on a limb. I'm just saying something. Is that I'm seeing things from a different perspective, right? Because I do coach, so my lens I don't look at it as from like I've played in college, I played in high school, and like I got to college and I started coaching. So then my perspective of how I see things is completely different from when I was a player. And those are the things of like when I say things, it's like, all right, I'm looking at it from a coach lens. I'm not looking at it from a player's lens no more. Because a coach lens, you're looking at tendencies, technique, those things come into play. And those are things that people forget about. A lot of our DBs been getting cooked. Even Travis got beat on a play today. It happens, people. It does. It definitely does. Freshman going against a grown man in Javon Antonio for sure. But what up, Zion? You could say, a freshman going against, Javon Antonio, but it come back to the things that I talked about. Technique, understanding your assignment, right? We get caught looking in the backfield, play action, boom, over top of your head. That's 6. Those are the things that we got to clean up. But he's going to be able to watch film today, study, come back on Monday, be better. It really shows me in these comments that y'all don't understand shit about football. Cormani is getting better. Javon is a grown man doing what he does. Exactly what I talked about. Cormani has no choice but to get better, man. Believe in money. It seems like he's a step behind. Listen, if you see Cormani on day one to where Cormani is at right now, you will tremendously understand the leap that Cormani has made. Cormani's getting better and better. He has no choice. You're going against a bunch of dogs. Even though you're on the second team, guess what? You're lined up against the first team every single day on second team, right? If he's on first team, he lined up against the second team. All right? And you see what our second team offense is doing. You see the freshman wide receivers. They are doing their thing. All those people that are sleeping on Caleb Mathis, what I tell you, Caleb Mathis is going to play. He's on that second team, man. Y'all keep talking about this scholarship this, the scholarship there. I'm telling you right now, man, I listen. His dad is on the staff, which has really nothing to do with it. But his dad is going to put the extra time in with Caleb. Caleb's going to do it because he has a great work ethic, because his dad played in the league. His dad taught him that. And so I'll be trying to tell y'all, man, certain players, man, they going to play. They going to play. Y'all, hey, the truth of the matter is starting to come out. But we 3 Saturdays away, and you going to really find out. In them 3 Saturdays, you going to find out. Dang, man. That boy out there doing his thing. Dang, man, I didn't think he was going to play. He playing. So, be ready. Keep it real. Keep it real, Denver Talk. What's happening? Drama fan, dramatic fans make football so complex. Man, some of the comments that y'all be going off about, man, y'all be wilding, man. I just be letting it see. Defense is about 90% effort. Jonas, that's the same thing I said. Our defensive line, if they could play consistently, right, you're not going to have to worry about Cormani. You're not going to have to worry about it. Our defensive line got to get to the quarterback, right? Our defensive line got to stop the running game, right? They got to be more consistent. We got the players up front. It's about consistency. If they play consistently, we're fine. The thing about it is getting in shape, getting well conditioned. When Coach Prime spoke today, one of the things he talked about is if they tired, leave them in the game. Leave them in the game so they understand. This ain't gonna be no 5 or 6 play series. You're gonna have to get out there and you're gonna really have to play. And if you ain't in condition, you ain't in shape, we need it on film so you can see yourself that you ain't working hard enough, that you're not putting in the extra work, right? These are the things that need to happen. And that's why I'm so glad they're like, hey man, when they scrimmage today, it was about, hey, we gonna find out who been putting in work and we gonna find out who gonna separate themselves. You see what that freshman cornerback, Carter Stoudemire, what did he do? Travis got the best of him on one play, and he came back and he dominated the rest of the plays. He was, hey, you ain't getting this catch. Nah, man, slap that down. You ain't getting that catch. Nah, I'm getting this out. Like, hey, man, you got to see. Travis Hunter got mossed by Marion Miller, and he's a freshman. Does that mean he needs to be beat? Nah, man, you tripping, bro. Listen, man, I'm glad that they going at Travis at practice. Because most of the time when people be like, they 5 stars, they legit, they that, people be scared to get them, quality work at practice. What that did was it made Travis stay on his toes. Okay, oh, they gonna come at me? Cool. And look who's coming at him. It's not Shedeur, it's the backup quarterback, right? You see the backup quarterback. He ain't scared. Running back-to-back plays. Oh, I'm going at Travis. Travis gonna have to show me that he that guy for me to stop throwing the ball at him. And you got to find out what it really was, right? You got to really see a different level of football. Them really get out there. They ain't blowing the whistle. They just letting the boys go out there and play, man. There's only 2 freshman DBs. All the rest been in college. Yeah. I get he's a freshman, but his attitude and attention to plays is terrible. He needs to focus more. He act like a 5-star mean anything when you are playing against people or trying to get starting spot. Listen, man, I'm just gonna say this, man. Just relax on Cormani. Just lower your expectations. I've been saying this for weeks now. Lower your expectations on Cormani. Cormani is going to be fine. He is going to be great. Lower your expectations. That's all I'm gonna tell you. Lower your expectations. There are going to be plays where people get beat. There are going to be plays where you're going to be the best of the best in certain situations. It's all about matchup schemes, formations, right? Understanding, can you diagnose a play? Are you paying attention to your details, right? As a corner, what are you looking in the backfield for? There ain't no reason for it. You supposed to be out here covering. Do your job. If you do your job, you will get paid. You will get rewarded. A lot of times we forget about, man, just doing your job. The simplest thing, number one thing. What's the number one rule? Do your job. If you do your job, everything else take care of itself. That's it. Just do your job. Amarion Miller and Hopkins look good, definitely. For sure. That's one of the things I talked about. They look good. You can see our second unit wide receivers, there's really not a drop-off from our top receivers, right? There's really not. So you, like Coach Prime keep telling y'all, man, we are so deep at the wide receiver position that if, for something happens to one of our starters, we feel comfortable with putting in one of our backup players and know that they can get the job done. We got to protect the quarterback. And that's the only thing that we've been worried about, just protecting the quarterback. As long as we protect the quarterback, everything else will take care of itself. Chris E, why are you so focused on Cormani? There is the reason. Hey, man, I'm going to leave that alone, man. Y'all is tripping. He don't know anything. I'm leaving that alone. But, hey, listen, what do you guys think about today, right? You got to see the first team defense who's out there, right? We talked about it. We went over it. If there's somebody y'all think starting, who y'all think should be starting? I know number one, y'all going to probably say Cormani. But outside of Cormani, who do y'all think on the top defense should be starting, right? Who do y'all want to see more of and less of at, when they go on these scrimmages? Because they're going to have another scrimmage, right? They're going to have another scrimmage before the season, right? But guess what? Things are going to get better day by day by day by day by day by day. Things are going to get better. Y'all just got to relax. Just relax. Because everything else is going to take care of itself. There's a reason why most freshmen are red shirts. It doesn't mean that they are bad. They just need to get better. Throwing a freshman into an opener, they will get cooked. That is a wrap for their confidence. I would say this. I would put my money on Carter Stoudemire as a defensive back right now. If we have to play TCU tomorrow, I would put my money on Carter Stoudemire. because I know the work that he's put in. I know that he's watching film. I know he's doing the extra thing. His dad played in the NFL. So some of these players where they dads played in the NFL, you know what I'm saying? Like they are going the extra mile. They're going to put the extra reps in. They're getting those extra lifts in with the coaches, right? They're really studying the film. And that's what a lot of people got to realize, man. Like, these are freshmen. You can't be so hard on a freshman, right? Because there's a learning game, right? There, you're talking about coming from high school football where you didn't have to go at 100% all the time. You can get away with going with 60, 70%. So now come to college and you got to go 100% every single day doing practice because somebody else is coming for your job. Somebody else is coming for your spot, right? Think about what we're creating, the depth, the competition that we're creating. We're creating this like an NFL roster, right? Coach Prime is treating these players like they're NFL players. Now you're gonna figure out who's gonna separate themselves, who's gonna be better than who's gonna push somebody else to a different level, right? Those are the things that we gotta really look at and adjust to. A lot of things that you guys are focusing on, it ain't gonna matter once we get to TCU because they gotta be out there. A lot of stuff that people are focusing on, right? When you talk about the narrative of the media, the players that and coaches that think we ain't gonna do this, we ain't gonna do that, right? I ain't even got started about yesterday in media day yet. I ain't even got started on that because I already told y'all. If y'all was on my live, what was that? Thursday or Friday? I did a live, right? If y'all was on my live, I said, man, the silly stuff, the questions they gonna ask, right, to Coach Prime and these players is gonna be ridiculous. You're gonna get the most ridiculous questions ever because they're not doing their homework. What happened? Coach Prime started checking people at media day again because of the ridiculous questions, right? Because we're not even asking football questions that pertain to the upcoming season, to TCU. We focus on some BS, right? You see what he did to Brian. Man, listen, man, how does it feel to be in a controversy? How does it feel? You already talking about, what the NCAA should be doing. Hey, listen, man, we focus on football, man. You worried about a player that ain't even on our team no more, and you tweeting about us, looking like you coming at Coach Prime? Ah, man, you know he got smoked. You know he got smoked. And you know Coach Prime couldn't wait till he got to media day to talk about it. And that's why I be saying, man, like, when y'all put stuff out in the public, understand that Coach Prime see everything. And that's what I say, don't put nothing negative out there. Because you put something negative, I'm telling you right now, you're going to ruin an opportunity or you're going to ruin something. And you're going to be like, man, dang, I wish Coach Prime would have let me. Nah, man. That's why I'm telling y'all, like, I'm going to get my media pass. I'm going to be up there. And I'm going to give y'all exclusive content, man. I'm telling y'all this, man. Because listen, man, the things that these media people in Denver are trying to paint a picture and a narrative towards Coach Prime and the CU program because they don't like what Coach Prime doing. He's got too much power. He's too much. So listen, man, all the naysayers and all the negativity, man, listen, September 2nd is coming. And when it get here and we roll call, it's gonna be on. I'm telling you right now. I'm telling you right now. Dang, man, y'all deleting messages. People going crazy. Getting mental attack. Keep it real, Denver sports. They don't understand that. What he say? Getting mental, get the mental mistakes out early. That's what scrimmage is for. Man, listen. Keep it real, Denver sports talk. That's exactly what I'm talking about. I keep it real, Denver sports. I actually want to chop it up with you. I'm a keep it real, Denver sports. If you got a Twitter, drop your Twitter handle because I want to chop it up with you about something. Definitely, man. Like I'm trying to, like for me, when I tell y'all like I support anybody that's covering Buffs, I support them. But at the same time, man, like if it's something stupid, I'm not gonna support it. But I like to chop it up with anybody that's covering Denver sports. I mean, Colorado football. But keep it real, Denver sports. I always see you. Hey, drop your Twitter handle so I can get in touch with you. What Bucky said, he's going to upload more detailed videos, so I can't wait. Listen, man, I told y'all what's gonna happen. Me and Old School are going to the American Legions tonight. He said he knows where the Cougars are. I'm saying, damn Cougars, I want a battle cast. Coach, you wildin', bro. Mac, what up, baby? I can't go by well-off footage to determine who's starting. Bucky only films who he wants. I'd rather see the entire scrimmage. Mac, I'm giving you like who actually like started at the who's on first team per se. That doesn't mean that they're gonna be on first team next week, but it's who's on first team today. So yes, if you don't want to go by Bucky's footage, I don't blame you whatsoever. I'm just telling you who's on the first team, right? I got my nose down. I got it down. All right. So this ain't me like just just saying names, random names. I just got my nose down. I seen a glimpse of some things, but I gotta keep that, inside, Can't tell y'all everything. When Kamani cleans up his mental mistakes, I don't wanna hear the D Rod when he's balling. Zion, who you talking to? Like, he don't know who is the starters yet. Zion, I don't think I've ever seen a 5-star red shirt. Who said he's gonna red shirt? That's just silly. Who said he's gonna red shirt? He can't red shirt. We only got 6 corners. How is Cormani gonna red shirt? We got 6 cornerbacks. He can't red shirt. That's on scholarship. He can't. Like that don't even make sense. Coach Hart said, they switching up on the lineups and we'll see. Well, Coach Hart likes him, right? DeMar Kennedy, he's gonna start because he got the knowledge from Alabama. His familiarity with Coach Kelly. So DeMar Kennedy was always going. I'm not gonna say always, but he was a locked-in starter. Him is the one like he's put his time in, he's put his work in, right? But that could be, him being first team, today. That could have pushed Bentley to like, hey, listen, man, I got to tighten up. I got to really focus and tighten up and get better. All right, it's go time, man. I got to tighten up. But for me, Bentley in space, I've never liked that situation, right? We come to like running teams, give me Bentley all day because I know Bentley's gonna come down and make a play. I just never liked Bentley in space. That's just me. It's like me saying like with Trevor Woods. I never liked Trevor Woods in space because he get turned around too much. So it's certain things, man, I just don't like. So I just keep it real. Brian should have kept his mouth closed. Man, listen. If you in the media and you got anything that's covering CU and Coach Prime know you media, if you don't think Coach Prime is watching your page, he watching your page. So I would you post anything positive, post things about CU. If you cover CU and that is your primary job is to cover CU and you get paid to cover CU, you don't want to say nothing negative about Coach Prime. Because when I tell you that you will get banned, you will get blocked, you going to get banned and you will get blocked. Coach Prime ain't having it. He don't want you around you because you negativity. And he don't want that around you. So I would tell you, if you got anything negative to say and you got media in your handle, anything like that, and Coach Prime pull up on you, it's a wrap for you. That's all I'm going to tell you. That's all I'm going to tell you. Bro, Coach Hayes and old school going out is hilarious. Oh, Coach Hayes and old school going out is hilarious, man. It is hilarious. CU media guys need to get. Listen, all right. So let me go over this about the media. Let me just talk to y'all about something right quick. A lot of people ask questions to Coach Prime to get a viral moment because they know Coach Prime gonna respond. They know Coach Prime gonna respond. So you gotta think about it, all right? If I ask this silly question and I can get Coach Prime to give me a viral moment and that little 10-second to 30-second clip can get me 1 million views, I just got paid off that 1 million views. So that's why, Coach Prime get frustrated with the questions because it don't be really about football or about the growth of the program, anything like that, right? Because if you know Coach Prime, you've studied Coach Prime hate hearing the word culture. He hate that. And so when he asks you, what does culture mean? And you give him this book dictionary instead of what you think it is, then Coach Prime is not really respecting you from that level. So it's like, man, listen, can y'all stop asking me about culture? Can y'all stop asking me about this? Can y'all stop asking me about that? Because it's like it's just getting repetitive over and over and over and over and over again. So that's why I got to. That's why it's like, man, listen, go. I just want some people to go back to Jackson State days with Coach Prime interviews and see some of the questions they asked him. Were they all great questions? No, but they will give you a sense of idea on what to ask Coach Prime to get a better response out of Coach Prime, to give you a longer media day out of Coach Prime, to give you great answers. Anytime you see a 20-minute interview from Coach Prime on media, I'm gonna tell you 16 to 17 minutes of it is just BS. That Coach Prime don't even want to answer the question, but he answers it because he has a responsibility. So those are the things, man. Do your homework, do your research, just turn the tape on because every Coach Prime interview from last year at JSU is on YouTube. You can just YouTube Coach Prime JSU interviews, and you can get great questions from it and ask Coach Prime. Now there were some people that asked silly questions at JSU. I'm not gonna say that every question was great, but there's questions out of there that you can ask Coach Prime that you'll have a better idea. That's what I would say to you. Look like to me, Bishop was dogging sideline to sideline. Listen, they challenged Bishop. What up, Dewey? They challenged Bishop to be better, to be great. If you don't, you're not gonna play. If you're not gonna get yourself in shape, if you're not gonna run sideline to sideline, guess what? You're not gonna play. Coach Prime already set the expectation. They already set the expectation as the coaches. Coach Prime, when Coach Prime put his foot down and said, hey, listen, if you're not going to play this certain way, you're not going to play, Coach Prime made every word of it. And now you start to see them running sideline to sideline. Y'all got to see once Coach Prime checks him, he didn't ask another question. Yes, Zion. Listen, man, that's one thing about Coach Prime. But if you know, Zion, that man went up there and apologized to Coach Prime after it because he already knew he couldn't ask another question. He thought Coach Prime didn't see that because Coach Prime didn't respond. Man, listen, I'm gonna tell you what Coach Prime did. He had Bucky because he got people that's watching Twitter all day long. So if you don't think like, hey, listen, that's like me. If I post my live right now on Twitter, right? If you guys share my Twitter right now, somebody from CU gonna be watching my Twitter, watching every word that I say, right? Because then they're gonna be like, all right, if he wanna get his media pass or his credentials, we gotta check him out. We gotta see what he's saying on YouTube. Is he a naysayer? Is he this? Is he that? Nah, man, we gonna deny that. No, we gonna prove that. Like they go back and they watch this stuff. If you don't think that they watching, they are watching. They watching every move that you do. So when you post negative things out there, it can hurt you, right? Because Coach Prime, if Coach Prime wanted to be petty in the situation, he could have just revoked him from coming to the media there. He could have just revoked it because he seen what he said. So he could have just let it go. But Coach Prime's like, no, you know what? Let him come. I'm going to address it so he know it's real, right? And what did he do? Apologize after. That other reporter who said, well, obviously Shedeur is the quarterback. Like, what? Like, bro, it's you're not doing your homework, right? JB, you're not doing your, like, for you to say, yeah, man, so obviously Shedeur is the quarterback. Like, nah, Shedeur earned it. Just call it what it is, man. Just ask your questions, man, without saying the extra goofiness, man. They didn't show the top two running backs in Smoke and Otto. They edited the strategy. What are you seeing may not necessarily be true. Therefore, don't make a narrative about these videos. Z, what are you talking about? I'm not creating a narrative. I'm just telling you that they didn't show the top two. You didn't see the top two running backs. So what narrative I'm creating? We're getting seriously close to the season start. On the real, where is Carpet? Listen, Coach Hayes, I don't know where Carpet is. Listen, Coach Hayes, remember the last time we talked to Carpet, we was on your show, and man, it was going back and forth about because he was tripping about Kermani. That's the last time I heard from Carpet. I have not seen Carpet. Normally Carpet came on my show a couple times. I don't know where Carpet is. I don't know what he up to. He might be out here selling cars and doing everything, man. Who know what Carpet up to, man? Carpenter was on John the Liquidator a few days ago. Yeah, I don't. Carpenter just might not be rocking with everybody no more, man. He just might be rocking with John the Liquidator. Who knows? Oh yeah, he did call on John Liquidator. You right, Mac. He did. Cause John had me call up there. He did. You right. The scrimmage want to see how the players are doing from week one. Get 1 week getting closer. Do you think Shiloh leads the team in with tackles? That's a great question. Do I think Shiloh leading the team in tackles? I would say I would say Shiloh's in the top three because Shiloh coming down there hitting stuff. Um, I would say probably a linebacker like Demore Kennedy or Ham leading, but I would say Shiloh definitely in the top three. I would definitely say that. The chat is soft. Those boys are. Nah, I'm just gonna skip over that, man. Chris must have deleted all his comments. What comments? I don't know, bro. It's been so many comments being deleted. I don't. Some of this is like I'm trying to skip over stuff, man. But it's been so many comments deleted. I don't know what y'all talking about. Who got put in time? Somebody did get put in time out, but Coach Prime gave Bucky tips yesterday when he asked him for advice. What content should we bring? So Bucky said he will start uploading ways more content and stuff. Yeah. So Bucky will. They're gonna do as the season get closer. As the season get closer, they're gonna post different stuff on content. They're gonna post about the campus. Like honestly, Coach Prime already told Bucky all this stuff, but they didn't get it on film. So then it was like, all right, cool, we here. Let's get it on film now. So now we post it. So boom, it is there. Coach Prime really wants to say Palmer is a. It ain't it. Listen, man. I'm not gonna say Coach Prime want to say that. I would say Coach Prime was probably like, in his mind's like, man, see what happens when you trying to go be me, and see what happens. See all that criticism that you get trying to be me, and you ain't ready for all that. Hey man, sit down, man. Have a back seat, baby. Have a back seat, baby. Have a back seat, baby. CU media seems like they want to clout chase and get some kind of response out of them. Listen, man, Rob gonna lose a lot of fire because of his moderating. Matt, what you talking about? What happened? Hey, listen, hey, moderators. If somebody say something, let it be. I'm not even really tripping. I don't care, man. Let it be, man. Listen, let it be. At the end of the day, man, it's great dialogue. People say negative things and they want responses. That's just great dialogue. Hey, listen, let it be. All right, y'all ain't gotta delete everybody's comments. Let it be. Let it ride. Cause I'm telling you right, unless somebody just says something threatening to somebody, delete it. But if they don't say nothing threatening to nobody, man, let it ride, man. Cause at the end of the day, man, we here talking about football, talking about CU football. That's what we here for. All right, let it ride, man. Let's win. Let's win. Cause guess what? We know we going. We know we about to do. We gonna win. All right. If somebody in the comments saying something silly, guess what? I'm not gonna read it anyway. I'm gonna skip over. There's a lot of comments that I've seen that I just skipped over. Let it ride. CU media seems like they want to clout chase and get some kind of response. Listen, Zion, that's exactly what I talked about. A lot of it is just to get a viral video out of Coach Prime. They looking to try to get that 1,000,000 views so they can get paid. Because think about it. As soon as they drop that on YouTube, guess what? As soon as they make a point or they do something, guess what? Y'all run up the views and they getting paid. Y'all write in the comments and they getting paid. So they know exactly what they doing. They like a lot of them been in the media game for 20 plus years. They know exactly what they doing. They know exactly what buttons they pushing. They know Coach Prime will respond. That's the difference. They know once Coach Prime gets to media day, he may not say nothing on Twitter, on Instagram, anything like that, or anybody affiliated with Colorado. He might not let them say anything about it. When he gets to media day, guess what? He's going to respond. And he's going to say what he's going to say. And that's their viral moment, and they just got paid for it. So it's all fun and games until you on the wrong side of it, right? Because you can keep saying all this and saying that. And when you get on the wrong side, like Brian did, that's what happens. You got to understand what come with it. So understand who you supporting, what you backing up, and who you talking about, because those things will matter. All right. But if anybody talking crazy, anything like that, man, just let it ride, man. We here to talk football. I'm not gonna read it anyway. He can't see my comments because I'm blocked from him. Mac, who you talking about, Mac? Jonas. Hey, Mac, Mac, text me. Text me, Mac. So I know what you're talking about. Text me. Reading all the songs. Good vibes. Listen, man, the sign right there, man. Good vibes only. The sign is right here. Good vibes only, man. The sign is already right there, baby. Come on, man. People can agree to disagree. Just be respectful of each and other. Everyone is entitled to their own opinion, and that's why it's called. Listen, yes, you listen. You can voice any opinion as long as you're not threatening somebody. Then I would ask one of my moderators to kick you out. But outside of that, man, just let things be, man. If somebody got a comment, they want to say something negative, just let it be. Because at the end of the day, like I see everybody's comment on my end. Even if you delete it, I can go and view everybody's comment. So just let it be, man. As long as somebody not threatening somebody, we good. That's all I'm gonna say on that part. I'm done talking about it. I know my comments are being deleted. No, Mac, I see all your comments. So if somebody deleted on their side, I don't know. But I see all your comments, Mac. If you got something, Mac, just you have my real number. Coach Hayes got my real number, so y'all can just text me. Mac, Trevor Woods has the most solo tackles last year. It's possible. We talking about this year, bro. The guys like to block people for not agreeing with him. Who's blocking who? That's what I need to know. Cause I ain't block. I didn't tell nobody to block nobody. Like if I want somebody blocked, I'll just say, hey, somebody go block this person, man. Listen, let all the comments go, man. If Coach Hayes say something, right? This is my channel, man. Let it ride. Like Coach Hayes ain't finna say nothing negative in that part. He's gonna ask a question. I'm gonna respond back to the question. But don't block nobody unless I tell you to physically go block somebody. Then don't block them, man. Let the comments fly. As long as they're not threatening you, we good. But Mac, I can see all your comments, so we cool. Lawrence, what's good, baby? I think Cormani will get it together. You already seen the flashes. I'm not sure who's starting at wide receiver. Too much talent. I started receivers kind of pretty much already said. Javon Antonio, Travis, Weaver, Horn. That's pretty much already said. Cormani's gonna play a lot better, man. Hey, listen, man. Y'all leave Coach Hayes alone, man. That's my dog, man. Leave him alone, man. But Cormani will get it together. Cormani will play. A lot of things will happen, man. Y'all just gotta keep it. Y'all just gotta keep it real. Here, let me see something. Bam. But man, a lot of this stuff, man. Y'all gotta relax on, man. Like you want people to comment, you want people to talk, you want people to voice their opinions, right? Because when people voice their opinion, man, it gives you great dialogue. It gives you things to talk about, right? I can come up here and talk about everything I want to talk about, but I want to hear y'all talk too in the chat. I want to be able to respond back to some of y'all questions and how y'all feel and what y'all think y'all opinions are. So that's what makes the channel better, right? If y'all just cut out everybody that got something negative to say, would never have great dialogue to help the channel grow. Right now, it's about helping the channel grow, right? Having people respond helps the channel grow. The hearts, the likes, all that helps the channel grow, right? So we here to make the channel grow. You know what I'm saying? That's what we're here for. When you see me on the Coach Hayes show, you see me with Life in Football, you see me on Big Dog Chico, you see me at John Liquidator. You know what I'm saying? Like, y'all don't see me going there and be negative with all these people, right? Even when I'm on Coach Hayes and all the Canes fans be coming at me. Y'all don't see me getting negative with them. Hey, man, it is what it is, man. Well, let's talk football. We here to talk football. Keep about football, right? Anything else outside of football, we ain't here for that. We're here to talk about football, man. We're here to have a great show, a great time, man. And I just appreciate everybody that's here that's on the channel, man. But I just have to put that out there because I don't know what happened in the chat, but I'm just here to just address it right now, man. If anybody got a negative comment, as long as it's not a threatening comment to somebody, let it be. All right? But, we're gonna be on for about 6 more minutes. And then we're gonna wrap this up. The chat is cool. It's not us. I'm not scared of none of that, fool. It's the moderator Zion deleting comments and blocking people. Hey, no, don't block. Hey, don't block nobody, man. If you put somebody in timeout, that's fine, but don't block nobody. Let that be. Don't block nobody, man. Cause now you hurting my channel. Now you hurting my channel. Let their comments fly, man. So it is what it is, man. We here. This is Rob the Man Media, baby. Hey, man, we here live, man. We talk about it. Tomorrow, y'all know what it is. Sunday Night Live. I will have a lot of shows Sunday nights. You know, we get it in. We talk about any and everything. It doesn't have to be about Colorado football. We just talk about ball and life, man. Brian got a big lesson. I really don't think he was cloud chasing. I just think he was low key. Doesn't like. Listen, man. That's what I've been saying this for a while though. I've been saying this for a while though. You know that the media really don't rock with Coach Rob. I mean, I said Coach Rob. I am Coach Rob. I seen somebody say something about Rob. My bad. But the people really don't rock with Coach Prime. And y'all think about this, and y'all think about it, and when every time y'all hear stuff being said to Coach Prime, it's always something wild. You know what I'm saying? It's always something wild because people not doing their homework and they not doing their research. You know, and so that's why I tell people, you know, that when you start looking at things and you start diagnosing things with what people are saying, you know, they're really not doing their homework. You could tell who low key don't like Coach Prime. You could tell by the way they ask questions. You could tell by, like, think about it. Somebody that's been in the media for 20 and 30 years, then all of a sudden start changing the way they ask questions. Because I guarantee you, if you go back and you watch Brian from last year, he didn't ask the questions like he's asking. You know, Mac, you been had one. But what I say to y'all is, man, when it comes down to Coach Prime and some of these media outlets in Denver, they just not doing their homework, man. They looking for that viral moment, and they gotta just talk about football. Keep it about football, right? You talking about a backup quarterback that had no potential on start and subtweeting Coach Prime and how the NCAA should let him play, and because the coach got fired and because this, the dude been transferred. The dude was been in the portal since December 22nd, right? We're getting ready to start off football. It's August, and we're still talking about a dude that was in the portal. Listen, if he really wanted to play, right, how long did it take him to get out of the portal? If he was really a good quarterback, how long did it take him to get out the portal? Just be real. So for you to go subtweet Coach Prime and you talk about the NCAA, but then y'all try to come back and just like the quarterback did, say, well, this ain't no shot at Coach Prime. Well, no, it is a shot at Coach Prime. Because y'all would never bring Coach Prime in it. If you got an issue with the NCAA, then address the NCAA. Don't address Coach Prime, because guess what? Coach Prime let it be known to all the players. Go ahead and jump in the portal. Y'all can make room for somebody. Go ahead and jump in the portal. Jump in the portal. I dare. I want you to jump in the portal. I listen. The message is very clear. It ain't like Coach Prime hid it and just like told y'all behind closed door. Bro, the video of him saying it got over 3 million views. Saying y'all get in the portal. So it wasn't a surprise. So I don't get it. I saw that tweet also, and someone was covering college football, didn't know NCAA rules. True. You only get a free pass once for undergraduate. His argument is weak, using learning disability to get a waiver. It really was. But to be honest, though, Chris, there is ways to get around the NCAA rules. It's always a monkey wrench into something. There's always something that you can get by with an NCAA rule. It is what it is. There's always some way somebody gonna try to skin that cat to get through. But in his case, like, I don't understand why NCAA denied his waiver, because his coach got fired, right? And so they should allow him to play. It ain't like now. All right. So let's just do this. And I hate comparing players, right? If he was Caleb Williams, do you think that happens? He's just a backup quarterback that nobody even knows. A backup quarterback that nobody knows. And guess what? He's making headlines. Because guess what? It's Colorado. Anytime you mention Colorado, guess what happens? Numbers just go through the roof. Attention just goes through the roof. Everybody just pays attention because it's Colorado. If I was Brian in that situation, I wouldn't have put myself in that situation. I get it. You covered him last year and you like the kid and this and that, but I would have just left that alone, man. I would have just left that alone. For real. It didn't make no substance for him. The quarterback from last year claims Prime forced him out. He left early thinking that he was gonna get picked up, but didn't. That's what it's all about, though, right? Coach Prime told you to jump in the portal, right? And just think logically. There was a lot of players that was on last year's team that didn't even go to the meeting, right? And for me, like what that kid did was he pointed out, well, I was sitting in the front row when Coach Prime said that. Well, no stuff. He just kept it real. Like, hey, listen, my son coming with me. Y'all know he's a bad boy. Y'all know what he can do. So guess what? If you want to go ahead and jump in the portal, jump in the portal because you're just gonna make room for everybody else. All the quarterbacks left. All of the quarterbacks left. There ain't no quarterback from last year. Did you think you was gonna beat Shedeur Sanders out? Let's be real. Dude, you were playing on a 1-11 football team last year, and you didn't have that many touchdowns. You couldn't complete the pass. But then you finna sit here and tell me that you gonna be better this year? Nah, dog. Nah, dog. Just go ahead and jump in the portal, baby. Go ahead and jump in the portal, baby. We good. We are good. How do you feel about Colorado fans calling number one a disappointment already? First of all, man, Mac, let's say this, Mac. If somebody is to say Cormani is a disappointment already, it's crazy. It's crazy. That means that what I'll say is that means you haven't went through college football nothing, right? You don't know nobody's in college football. You ain't been on a college football field. You don't understand the rigors of football. You don't understand football, period, right? We ain't even played one game yet. So how you gonna say the man is a disappointment? And to be honest, freshmen are not supposed to come in and dominate college football. It's just not supposed to happen. If it end up happening, listen, they end up putting the work in. They end up doing everything they need to do. They study the tape. The coaches do what they have to do. But I just want people to go do that research. How many 5 stars start game one? Right? Because it used to be more. So now it's only 32 people that they select as 5 stars, right? Not every 5-star starts first game. They pick up, but they don't start first game. It's a lot of adjustments. I can guarantee you right now, probably all of Alabama's 5 stars don't start first game. That don't mean they won't start the rest of the season. They just might not start the first game. Years in the past, they had a bigger list of 5 stars than 32 players. All those players did not start. Everything's about projection, right? And you start talking about 5 stars, 4 stars, 3 stars. These are people that is getting paid to rank players that never played football. Let's just be real, right? Because if my son is talented, right, and I get in good in with one of the reporters that's doing the rankings, right, I can go pay the reporter to bump my son up. It's just that simple. I've seen this happen. I've seen this happen so much. Even in basketball, it happens more in basketball than it does football. If I get in good with a top reporter, or I know I already got a connection to him, I can pay them to rank my son higher, for him to get more scholarships, to get this, to get that. And it's just like, at the end of the day, you got to play the game, right? Why is there so many 3 stars, 2 stars, 1 stars that blossom more than 5 and 4 stars? Because the expectation is too high. You put too much on their shoulders. You put too much on their back. And you gotta lower it. And that's all I'll be telling people. Lower your expectations with Cormani. Cormani is going to do amazing things this year. But you got to lower your expectations, right? There is going to be a learning curve. There is going to be growth. But you gotta relax, understand what's coming. Like, give the man time to understand the playbook. I can guarantee you, a lot of them don't understand like how much work it is at the college level that you got, right? Think about it. They ain't even like Cormani ain't even started classes yet. So just imagine he's got to make another adjustment, right? So when they start class, you got football practice, you got film session, right? You got to go study, right? All that's gonna get overwhelming. All you want to do is just play football. Think about that logically. Like we go to college, man, we just want to play sports. Like we don't. Why do you think there's a lot of kids that take the easiest class they can and worry about getting a different major later in sports? Because the overhaul, like college football, college sports in general, at the Division I level, is a job. That's what people don't understand. It's a job. Like you're starting 4, 5, 6 a.m., right? Sometimes you get up at 4 a.m., getting your mind right. Then you got to go to breakfast and do all this blase. You got class, you got, practice, all these different things. So when you talk about making adjustments at a college level as a freshman, that's why. Why do you think like a Caleb Mathis and a Carter Stoudemire is having breakout time right now? Because they came there in the spring to get adjusted to college or what it really feels like. The spring to fall is different, but we have to understand like all the rigors that you got to go through, all the extra things that like, man, you had it in high school, but in high school, let's really think about it. If you were a top player in high school, did you really have to go to class? Or did you just have to show up? Did you really have to work in class, or did you just show up? Was the teacher just gonna pass you because you star athlete, or are they gonna give you this grade and that grade, or is they really gonna make you earn it? Right? There's a lot of schools out here that if there's the top player on one of the teams, football, basketball, and they drawing in people, they just get passed. They don't really make them work in high school. And then you get to college, you got to really work, and it's adjustment. And then people struggle. And we forget about those things. So we gotta lower our expectations and understand what it really is. And that's why I think a lot of people don't understand is like when you get on campus, right, and you learn about adjusting to college life, right, classes, right, study hall, film session. Guess what? Guess what get put on last? I guarantee you, if you're struggling in class, you're gonna focus on that class because if you don't, you won't be eligible, right? So film studying gets put on the back burner. Why do you think they came out a way to show coaches who's studying film and who's not? How long are they watching film and how long are they not? Right? The real ball players are going to watch film. But guess what? They're 2, 3, 4 years in the college and they understand, like, all right, if I don't do this, this is the consequence of what's going to happen. And we got to understand it. And so there's adjustment, right? If you watch Coach Fleet, right, when he did his interview, what did he say about Dylan Edwards? Getting adjusted to college. And he came there in the spring and he was struggling with class and football. And that's what a lot of people don't understand. Like there's so many things at the Division I level that you have to focus on and really get prepared for and really understand, like, man, this is a job, right? I wake up at 5 a.m. every day and I gotta be asleep by no later than 9 o'clock to do this all back over again, right? 6 days. So when they get to that 7 day, they get to that Sunday, it's like, man, I'm resting. What do you think Coach Prime is doing, right? What 2 off days Coach Prime doing got off? Wednesdays and Sundays. They really not off, but it's more focused on about mentals, Wednesdays and Sundays, right? So they do, Pilates or they do something, but it's all the film study, Wednesday and Sunday. Think about logically, right? You don't want to overwork the brain, right? There's things that come with it, and a lot of people don't understand it. A lot of people don't understand that. So a lot of people that's talking bad about Cormani and saying he a disappointment, a lot of those people I can tell you right now ain't played nothing collegially. Don't even understand the grind. Couldn't even wake up and tell you what a college schedule looked like. What if you wake up at 5 a.m., what do you do next? Right? What does your schedule look like? Like a lot of them can't tell you that. But they can tell you, oh man, this person is a disappointment because he's a 5-star. Stop looking at rankings. Because once you step on that field, rankings don't matter. It's about your production, what you do on that field. So a lot of these people that be saying this and saying that, they're not studying. They don't understand football and the rigors that comes with it. That's what I would say. 5 stars come in thinking that it's still high school. Cormani is in good hands. Listen, Cormani is in amazing hands, right? And just think about it, right? If y'all think this something now, what if Cormani would have went to Miami? Now he like at the crib. How many more distractions, right? Because he's in Colorado and he don't got no distractions right now, right? You don't got no family out there. You ain't got your homeboys out there. You can't just go drive and go kick it and do this and do that. Not saying that's what Cormani does. Not saying that he go out and just kick it like that. But there ain't no distractions. But just imagine if y'all saying this, just imagine if he would have went to Miami where he's got distractions. Where he can just go to South Beach. You know? Where is it? Chicks are just running loose and running wild. You know what I'm saying? You up here dealing with snow bunnies. Down there, you dealing with a little bit of everything. You might not know what's going on. But just saying, man. And so that's why we got to take the best thing for players. If you come to Colorado, you will be able to focus and develop more because you can't get distracted. There's really nothing that much you can get distracted on. I mean, unless you just want to go up in the mountains and just chill out. But what are you really going to get distracted of? Because there's really not a lot of things that you can do in Boulder. You can't really go out and party, kick it, anything like that. You know why you can't go out and party and kick it like that? Because the town is small. There's too many. Somebody going to tell on you. Hey, man, I seen this. And the way the world is, nobody got to tell on you. Because guess what? Everybody got phones. So somebody going to catch you on the video. Guess what's going to happen? It's going to get back to Coach Prime. Think logics. Just think logics about this. So Cormani's in great hands. He's going to learn a lot. Being with Coach Prime, not only is he going to learn about football, but he's going to learn about life. Life and football. And that's what we got to work. That's all y'all got to focus on. Kelly Mathis has been on campus since January. He's already a college form. Could y'all imagine if Cormani came in January? And I've been saying that as I am. What did I say? Cormani coming in at the end of the summer is one of the worstest things they could have, he could have did. Like, the earlier he could have got there, the better he could have got adjusted to everything, right? Because he would have been able to go through summer classes. He would have been able to go through summer workouts. His body would have been able to adjust. And think about it, right? As a freshman, you automatically gain 15 pounds just coming in, right? So now his body is adjusting to, being able, having that new weight on. Because he didn't have to play with certain weight. He didn't have to do certain things. He didn't really have to lift weights and do certain things in high school. Well, you got to do it at the college level. You got to do it at the college level. All right, you ain't going to be able to play. Cormani's going through a shock phase. He's thousands of miles away from home. He's young, has to deal with camp and study by himself at 18. Yeah, it's different, Matt. It's different. It's different. Man, I have 34K YouTube subscribers since Coach Hayes. Hey, man. Hey, Coach Hayes, man. Hey, man, it's different, baby. It's different. If he went to Miami, he would be off the chain. Man, listen, man. There's a lot of things that come with it, man. I left the crib and went to college in Iowa, so I didn't have the distractions. So I can only imagine what's really going on. You know what I'm saying? I say it's all the time elite players need to get away from the state and focus on ball. It's a yes and a no. I say yes and a no about all players leaving and going out of state. And here's why. There are some players that can handle it, and there are some players that can't. The players that can't is the ones that got their boys that's always around them, looking for a handout. And what I mean by that is there's a lot of players that just trying to get an a NIL deal so they can go feed the hood, and they boys go flip the money and bring it back to them. And they don't have boys that's gonna protect them and say, listen, man, you need to get away from this. Focus on football instead of focusing on NIL. And so a lot of times when you see a lot of kids make decisions and they be based upon NIL, is because they're trying to take care of their family. And you don't know what situation every kid is in. Some kids are in a situation where they gotta take care of their family. And they gotta make that move. But sometimes you can get kids that like, their family is financially stable where they don't need NIL. So they can go to college and focus. So every situation is different because I've seen kids stay home. Like, so I'll give you a prime example. So I'm from the state of Missouri, right? When I graduated, we had 6 players in the top 150. None of them stayed home. None of them. They all went to SEC schools. And the state of Missouri was tripping, was wilding out on them. And people were upset. And they're like, why didn't you go? And I tell people, I said, listen, man, you got to understand, like, the distractions that people are dealing with when they stay home and play football. It ain't just football. Because now you got to be like, well, my boy need tickets, my mom need tickets, my auntie need tickets, this, that, and the third, and you got to accommodate all these people when you at home. Well, when you're away, you ain't got to accommodate none of that because now it's just, hey, man, cool, we're there. And if you got some extra tickets, you just throw them. You know what I'm saying? So a lot of people don't understand that. It's a lot on the line when you stay home and play football. So it's like I'm 50-50 about like players staying home versus players leaving the state. It depends on your background. Depends on, how you grew up. Depends on, how stable your parents are. Some people can't afford to do those things. Some people can't afford to leave those states because how they gonna get there, right? And that's why it's situation based, I think his mom is in Boulder too, I think. She wanted to move out here, but I don't think I think she was just playing. She just enjoyed the time out here. She know that she's getting away from distractions. I love. Yeah, his mom didn't move to Boulder. His mom is back in Florida. She was just cracking a joke about moving to Boulder because she knew she can get away from distractions. But you also gotta understand, like, she's got friends and family back there that if she leaves, you know what I'm saying? She's gotta bring them with them. So it's gotta make sense. So hey, Miss T, Miss Burton, I see you. Hopefully CO3 is focused because it ain't looking right for him at FSU with all those distractions being so close. You gotta understand, Zion, his mom passed away, right? So like he's taking on burdens that he shouldn't be taking on. He's taking on burdens that he shouldn't be taking on, right? But he has to. You know what I'm saying? He's one of those people that can change and make a difference. You just hope that like the wrong people don't come around CL3 and he make a boneheaded mistake that could change his football career. That can, that's what you hope. But you can't. His financial situation or whatever he's living in right now, there's nothing that it's just the people that's around him. Because he's with his auntie and his uncle. You know what I'm saying? You don't know what financial situation they're going through, and so the financial situation they're going through, FSU might be taking care of that right now for him. So anything is happening. Can someone fill me in what happened with Cormani? So we was just going over, just talking about first team, and that Cormani's still working his way up to second team. That's what we was talking about. And the chat got a little rowdy, so just going through talking about the difference of high school going into the college, the adjustment that you got to make, things like that. So that's what the conversation was about. Is a video of the special team sitting at a table interviewed by a lady. I forgot which channel it is. That might be Mac. That might be Nikki Edwards. That might be who that video is. Mac did the show. No, I shut that. FSU is under fire now for paying current high school players weeks with checks for a couple thousand. listen, Zion, that's been going on for years. For years. This ain't, bro, just because they put the NIL in, they just made it where now it's legal. Players have been getting paid underneath the table for years. If a college really wants you, they ain't directly got to give you the money, but they can get somebody that can give you the money. That's been happening for years. It ain't something that's been changing. It's just now people starting to come out publicly because of NILs, right? You looking at, man, how Florida State get all these 5 stars all of a sudden? Like, how did everybody start committing, right? Money talk beat BS walks. Let's just call it what it is. And so those things been happening for years. People been chasing a bag for years. College has been playing players for years. You can't tell me that college ain't like you're not gonna be able to live at a level like all the SEC schools been doing it. Why do you think they're the best conference? Why do you think they get the best players? They got you got to give something to get something. Now, I do agree with you all up. They should give Reggie Bush that trophy back. They should have never taken that away from him. They should have definitely given him his trophy back. I definitely agree with that for sure. So, hey, that's one thing I do say. It is not illegal for schools to pay you directly. They are assuming. So yes, it is illegal because you can't pay a high school player. Now, if they secure a NIL deal or a collective deal from a booster or anything like that, it's all fun and games. But you can't just be handing out money to people. That's not a rule. So, but you can but paying an uncommitted high school player weekly is very illegal. It's very illegal. You can't so the NIL makes everything get weird, right? Because now you know what a player is getting. See, back then you had a thinking that players were getting paid, but you really had your suspicions. Now it's like a player can really get paid in high school. Like if I really want a kid and they uncommitted and I really want to sway them, I can go pay somebody to write a fake NIL deal to pay them. Like you can do that, right? We can use the college money to pay that player, but we can just put it in collectives, is what they call it. NIL collectives. Like, no, man. That's not the reason for NIL. It's name, image, likeness. That's what it was meant for, right? Put yourself out there, right? So you have a name, so you have a brand, right? You get paid off of your likeness because people like what you're producing on the field. And you're showing a great image. Think about it. Some of these players that's getting paid are getting in trouble, right? Getting caught up, marijuana charges, gun charges, high speeding, doing stupid stuff after they get an NIL deal. Because you're talking about giving a 16, 17, 18, 19-year-old a bag and they have no understanding of financial literacy. Think about that. You're giving a kid 16, 17, 18 years old and 19 years old a bag that don't know anything about financial literacy. It gets interesting. So what is the difference from getting an NIL deal and getting a sponsor? So everything is listed as an NIL deal. But it's really, I'll say this, it's really about, if you had to put a number on it, about 25 to 50% of it is really truly an NIL deal. And then the other 50% of it is somebody sponsoring a kid to say, I'm going to give you this bag. That's really what it is. That's really what it is. And it's really, actually, I'll say less than 50. I'll say 25 to 40%. And the other 60% is just people sponsoring for somebody to do something, right? They're just making a payment on behalf of somebody. So that's what the sponsor's doing. They're just making a payment, right? An NIL deal is you're actually shooting a commercial. you're actually, on a magazine, you're in a newspaper. Like they're actually using an image of you, posting it somewhere, and you're getting paid off of that image. Versus a sponsor, they just handing you money. You're not doing anything whatsoever. All right. The NCAA is going to step in soon and stop. Listen, the NCAA ain't gonna change nothing. I'm gonna tell you this right now. The NCAA ain't gonna change nothing. They like it. It's Wild Wild West. They ain't gotta control nothing. It is what it is. It only gonna change when the quarterbacks start getting 5 to 10 million and they start really making more than a college coach. That's when things gonna change. Other than that, it ain't gonna change. Because Charlo had a deal with Porsche, he didn't even have to represent. He did. He had to. He took. That's why he had to take. That's why he had to put the Porsche in his commitment video. Charlo had to put, take a picture of Porsche. So what you thinking? Like he ain't really have to do nothing. Why do you think you see that Porsche in his commitment video? Why do you see him take a picture with the Porsche? There's a reason behind these things. He's just not publicly like, oh, it's Porsche. The him putting that picture in there and people going about buy Porsches is what's gonna get his NIL deal. That's basically what it is. Just like with the KFC, right? You see the KFC commercials, right? With Shiloh and the family, right? That's an NIL deal. You see Travis with the fishing deals, right? Those are NIL deals. You see a lot of the Colorado football players, they're sponsored by Chapel Hill's Ford company because of that reason. So that's all. The NCAA doesn't care because they are the reason NIL happens, because they weren't willing to get. Basically, that's it. That's basically what I'm saying. That's exactly what I'm saying. Yes, Mercedes, not Porsche. It is Mercedes. Sorry. But I mean that's really what it is. The NCAA just made the rules so people can stop pressuring them to pay players, right? And that's why we don't have the NCAA football game, because how are you gonna pay everybody? What's a fair amount, right? And so right now they want to give everybody $500, and a lot of players are tripping like, well, why not get $500? Listen, you getting $500 to put your name in a game. $500 to put your name in a game, right? That's $500 that you didn't have, that they just gave to you. Be happy because you're giving everybody equal $500. So if your name's on the roster, your name's on the game, right? For some of those players that don't got an NIL deal, $500, that's the difference. So think about that. Some of these collectors are may offer fall through, like the $13 million for the QB that was going to Miami. No, he was going to Florida. He wasn't going to Miami. He was going to Florida. And then pulled out and went to Arizona State. He was going to Florida. But you got to think about it, right? Why would you write a kid a $13 million check for a starting quarterback? He ain't proved nothing. Why would you do that? But you got to understand, right? With these NIL deals, a lot of these companies are looking for their return on investment. You know what I'm saying? You know if that kid would accept that $13 million, how much pressure would have been on him for Florida to win? That's a lot of freaking pressure. That's a lot of freaking pressure. I'm gonna give a kid $13 million. How that company got to recoup their investment? So that means Florida has to win. So what if Florida loses and they get this kid $13 million? That's crazy. Have y'all noticed that players in the locker room don't want to show what kind of shoes they've been having on because they are keeping it? Yes, I mean they legally signed a contract deal or whatever that they can't release certain things. But if you ever watch like Shedeur, what shoes he have on and what Travis shoes have on, like they all have on different shoes. They all Nike or Jordan, but it's different shoes. But it's been real, y'all. I appreciate y'all for tuning in. If you want to donate to the channel, you can. The description is below. Lawrence, what are your thoughts about Coach Prime using players' social media on their back? And do you see other schools? So, Lawrence, Coach Prime has been doing that for years. People just not catching up. Coach Prime been doing that since he was at JSU. He been putting the social media handles. So I'll talk about that. He been putting social media handles on back of jerseys for years. It just finally is getting blown up because he's at Colorado. But he's been doing that for years. Like he said, man, if you want exposure, we gonna give you that. We gonna give you that. If one thing we gonna do, the world is watching us, we gonna give you exposure. So Coach Prime has always been at giving the players exposure. But I'm about to jump off here. Everybody jump on Life in Football. He is live right now. I appreciate everybody that's tuning in, rocking with me. If you like to donate, support the channel, you can at Cash App, $ Rob the Man 10. Like I said, if you want to support, the description is below. But I'm jumping off. Thank everybody. This is Rob the Man Media, baby. And we'll be back with another live, man. Thank you guys for tuning in. It's been an hour and 30 minutes. Thank you guys. Love your support. Appreciate you guys.